Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Monday morning, December 12th. We're looking at my charts. First and foremost, I'm going to keep these short as surgery really knocks the hell out of you. Really exhausting. So keep these short. See how much I can spend in front of the computer today, in front of the screen. I just want to thank everybody for their thoughts and prayers and well wishes. Really appreciate it. And I have a doctor's appointment today at noon to see how we're progressing. So let's talk about the markets a little bit real quick. We have a very busy week with CPI tomorrow, Fed Wednesday, and expiration on Friday, quadruple X, and you have dividend for SPY. The rollover for ES has started, so a lot going on. Coming into the week, we are firmly in balance on all three of these time frames. And a market imbalance is a market waiting for more market-generated information. Okay, right now we're in a 4-month balance in the SPY. Barely took out November's high. Now we're back inside of it. So that's a market still waiting for more MGI as we're below that trend line. The weekly, it's a 4-week balance. Okay, our line in the sand will be the low of November 14th. Okay. That's also November 17th's low on the daily in both ES and SPY. Now, I know the rollover with the premiums and everything built in, are going to screw things up a little bit. And that's why, believe it or not, it helps me just looking at the SPY because, until the dividend on Friday, it's kind of a clearer picture as far as the charts look for me anyway. So the week of November 14th and the day of November 17th is our balance low on the weekly. That's really important because any acceptance below there, and again, you can go test these lows, which are down in the 370s. 370, 361 would be the first one in SPY. Here's your balance on the daily. Now, you can call a four-day balance, but my line in the sand is this day, November 17th. Okay, any acceptance below that day, and I think we're going to go fill this large gap. Now, do I expect us to come out of balance today prior to CPI and the Fed? Look, we know how emotional trading is with short-term traders, so anything can happen. I'd be a little surprised if we did take out the November 17th low and got real acceleration into this gap. If we do go into the gap today, I would highly doubt it gets filled the first time there. Now, a gap of that magnitude is hard to fill, but if it's after the CPI number tomorrow or if it's after the Fed on Wednesday, it can get filled in a heartbeat. Please keep that in mind. So this day's low is pretty much our line in the sand. Acceptance below that, this gap's going to get filled eventually, and we're going to definitely go and test the 50-day moving average because the 50-day moving average is above where that gap gets filled. That gap gets filled at 381.14. Okay? I think eventually this 50-day, right now the 50 is at 383.27, and it's curling up a bit. So you're going to deal with that eventually inside of that gap. On the flip side, if they like what they hear, we come out of this balance, this 4-day balance to the upside, and then deal again with December's high, which never got above September's high. Okay, all things to keep in mind. And then I'll just show you quickly on the profile for today's action. So I'm in ones here right now. So pre-market, we were trading below again Friday's low. Now I'm not going to back adjust these charts. It's just too. I'm just like I used to use dividend gaps for SPY. I'm going to do the same thing with ES. If I'm using what I use for December's contracts as my lows and this and that, and let it come into focus on its own for March's contract. That's basically how I'm going to work it. So right now, we've been trading right below Friday's low on the March contract, 13 wide, now above it. Okay? So again, can you take a long against Friday's low? Not really. Not much to lean on against there. Really, it's the bottom of the balance, which again is that November 17th day. Keep that in mind. If you're to push up now, there's nothing here. Right? We're only 8 wide. So there's really, I don't use L as an afternoon rally high, so there's really nothing until Friday's high. Now, obviously, 4,000 would be a huge sticking point if we get up there again this morning. But any acceptance back inside Friday, and you can grind higher and stay in this balance, which is kind of what I'm expecting. Okay? I will be in the trading room for the opening, but I'm not sure how long I'll be in there. Highly doubt I'll be trading. But I like to say hi to the room and see how the market is forming this morning as we go into this very, very important week. Have a great day trading, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.